Water is the second most common death in Yosemite National Park. Each year, 15 to 20 visitor rescues are directly associated with unprepared victims finding themselves in the water either on purpose or accidentally. As a matter of fact, water-related accidents are the second most common cause of death in the park. Many accidents happen in places where hazards are not obvious, but keep in mind that one misstep on a rock, even above a seemingly calm pool of water, may result in an inability to escape from a hazard downstream. Remember, water in Yosemite is incredibly beautiful, but can be powerful and deadly.
Of course I plan on getting an internship after my first year.
I'm a sophomore at Fresno State. Of course I've met with my career liaison to confirm my career direction.
I'm a junior at Fresno State. Of course I'm constantly looking for and applying for internships.
I'm a senior at Fresno State. Of course I just scheduled my mock interview with the Career Center.
I'm a grad student at Fresno State. Of course I've joined professional groups to begin building my network.
How'd you guys notice?
The Career Center!
Get your career readiness checklist at the Career Center online.
No.
No.
Well, do you know about the student checklist? Oh, no, I don't.
No.
As a professor, you're probably wondering how you can help these students. Well, don't worry, we have a solution.
The Fresno State Career Development Center has prepared a series of checklists to help guide your students as they navigate the professional journey. These checklists are tailored to each of the students' academic careers, and they're packed with resources and steps to ensure that students are prepared and stay on track with their career goals. They have everything from how students can access their Hire Fresno State account and help them build resumes. By incorporating these checklists into your curriculum, you can empower your students to take proactive steps toward their future careers. Let's work together to ensure that every student has the tools they need to thrive beyond the classroom.
Oh, the light's right here.
My name is Professor Betsy Hayes, and I am the host of Central Valley Stories, Advertising and Public Relations, a combination podcast and oral history where I interview 13 industry leaders here in the Central Valley about all kinds of areas of advertising and public relations, and it really gives the listeners an inside track into their career. My goal with this project is to provide a really fun and unique way to share this kind of information. At the end of each episode, I ask each guest to share wisdom for those who want to get into the profession. You can listen to it everywhere you listen to your podcast. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can also listen to it on YouTube. We have a Central Valley Stories Advertising and Public Relations YouTube channel. And I think that the end product is something that will be really valuable as well as entertaining.
Hello and welcome to The View From Here, a show created by students around the world about local stories that impact our communities. I'm Ainsley Sudorick.
I'm Shanna Williamson.
And I'm Nick McAllister from Toronto Metropolitan University.
I'm Adore Verzamina.
I'm Emily Crabtree.
And I'm Jacqueline Alvarez. And we're from Fresno State, California in the United States.
In this episode, we'll be talking about just how expensive it is to live in both Fresno and Toronto, with an emphasis on food and transportation. So, let's get started.
For Fresno, one of the biggest concerns for the Fresno State students is the thing that runs our lives, gas. Most Fresno State students drive to campus with an average commute time of 25 minutes.
This is even worse when Fresno doesn't have any other reliable forms of transportation available. Our reporter team of Lisbeth Andres Aguilar, Jackson Sanchez, and Ricky Oakes give us a tank full of information on how the gas prices affect our students on the road.
Students drive into one of the few parking spots available on the Fresno State campus every day. The people on campus often have to deal with bumper-to-bumper traffic, the hardest Where's Waldo in finding a parking spot, and of course, the extremely high gas prices. Fresno State is a campus that occupies over 24,000 students, and of those students, over 16,000 of them live outside the city limits and drive to campus. Whether you live 3 miles or 33 miles, every student has had an encounter with the gas pump at some point.
I mean, it's definitely affecting my transportation from coming home to Fresno because I am originally from Bakersfield, so trying to make the trip back home isn't as easy with gas prices coming up.
And unlike other places where campus is within biking distance or can commute by other means such as taxi or subways, the only other option for some students is a one-way bus. And even then, the options are very limited.
Right now, it's the only option since I have a lot of morning classes and I usually can't. I used to try to use public transportation, but I feel like it's easier to use.
In the United States, the national average is around $3.70. Here in California, the average is around $5.80. That's nearly double the average others are paying in the U.S.
Back in Wyoming, I lived there for 3 years, and with $25, I could basically fill up my whole tank, and it would be good for a month and a half, give or take, because you don't really drive that much. But here, obviously, it takes me $50. I don't even fill my tank up all the way.
From Shaw Avenue, Lisbeth Andres Aguilar from The View From Here.
Let's translate. Your gas at about $5.16 US a gallon would be just over $7 Canadian. And per liter, our gas at $1.50 Canadian would be $1.09 for you.
Doing all this math is so confusing. So what we did is we figured out what it costs to fill the tank of an average sized car in both countries. We picked the Toyota Corolla.
It would cost roughly $60 US to fill up in Fresno, but if you filled up the same car here in Toronto, it would cost $74 US. For us, a fill up in Toronto would be around 100 Canadian dollars, but if we were visiting Fresno, it would be only 64 Canadian. Bottom line, Canadians pay a lot more for gas.
I'd be upset if I were spending any more than I already do on my Corolla. I already spend $60 just to fill it, and that feels like a hassle. So I can't even imagine having to add $10 plus and have that be the norm.
Many people in the Central Valley have been waiting for the California high-speed rail to start rolling, but it's been a struggle to get the train on the track.
Our reporters Brian Welch and Victoria Picasso shed some light on why the project is taking so long and the need for the train to begin operating.
If you are driving along the Highway 99 in Fresno County, you might notice many pieces of infrastructure like concrete bridges near the freeway. This is actually the California High-Speed Rail. This project was started by Proposition 1A, which was passed in 2008 by California voters. This entailed $9.9 billion in general obligation bonds to help get the project started. The plan of the project is to connect San Francisco and Los Angeles by way of the San Joaquin Valley. The train is going to be fully electric and will travel over 220 miles per hour in the valley portion of the line. Groundbreaking of the project happened in 2016 in the valley portion of the project, and there is still work being done on the future route to the Bay Area and Southern California. Augie Blancas, Public Information Officer at the California High-Speed Rail Authority, brought up the reason for starting the project in the valley.
We're actually able to test our trains at the maximum speeds. So we are starting here in the Central Valley between Madera and Kern counties. Also, we receive under one of our grants, the American Reinvestment and Recovery Act grants, we were mandated to start in the Central Valley as well.
The high-speed rail has been a controversial topic, and the people on the other side, especially farmers, have mentioned that the location of the train and the cost are some points of concern. A board member of the Madera County Farm Bureau, Steve Massaro, had this to say about the high-speed rail authority.
A bunch of buffoons. I think this project is it's gone way over budget. It's the design of it has been not what you'd call the best.
The California High-Speed Rail has been a big job creator by employing 11,000 workers on this project.
More than 70% are going back to going to people who come from disadvantaged communities. So a majority of these jobs are going to counties like Fresno, Kings, Tulare, and Kern counties. Something of note is that we are bringing the nation's first high-speed rail system, and California is really leading the way by bringing it here into California. And with innovation and with large infrastructures projects like this, and one that hasn't been done in the United States, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes a lot of manpower.
The California High-Speed Rail will be welcoming riders in 7 to 10 years on the valley portion of the line. I'm Brian Welch with The View from Here.
This episode of The View from Here was produced by students from Toronto Metropolitan University in Canada and Fresno State in California, USA.
We also have 4 other shows that you can watch on our website or YouTube with stories from students in Hong Kong, England, Brazil, the Netherlands, and South Africa.
Hey everyone, my name is Victoria Picasso from MCJ 126, and we are here live from the Save Mart Center. As a college student and working for Fresno State Athletics, my friends and family are always asking me what exactly I do. So tonight there's actually a home game for the men's basketball team, so I figured I would show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of what I'm doing tonight. So I work for Bulldog Vision, and Bulldog Vision runs all the board shows for the Fresno State Athletics and the Mountain West broadcast. Whatever game we broadcast or the home games, we run. And so tonight I'm Coach's Film, and it's to the right, so let's go there. So Coach's Film is basically film for the coaches and the players to watch after their games, but it's also, this camera is also used to be the primary shot for the board show, as you can see right there, and also for the Mountain West broadcast. So this is my view from Coach's Film. And if we walk to the left, pardon the music, they are warming up. If we walk to the left, it's the ISO camera. And the ISO camera, as you can see, basically is a spy cam of the board show, just so that we know what the time is, the periods, the timeouts, and whatnot. But tonight, the Fresno State men's basketball team is facing Idaho State. Their standings are, Fresno State standings are 3-4. So tonight we are hoping that we defeat Idaho State. And it looks like right behind me, Idaho State, they are warming up. But I'm just so grateful that I have this opportunity as a student to receive this hands-on experience so that it can prepare me after I graduate. But I'm Victoria Picasso from MCJ 126.
Course, human beings cutting away through flesh like something out of a horror movie. Upstairs, teachers mortified and screaming at their students, "Get down! They're shooting! Get the fuck down!" After the shooting spree ended, Houston proceeded to take dozens of students hostage upstairs against their will and barricaded them and himself in one of the classrooms, C-106. My sister Monica was already inside this classroom, on the ground, as her teacher Mrs. Cole had instructed her to. Houston ordered all the students inside the classroom to sit down at the end of the wall and shut up. He screamed, "I want all teachers out of the building now, and if not, I'm going to start shooting." Mrs. Cole, hysterically frightened, refused to leave her students alone. Houston told her, "You best better get the fuck out of here right now, or..." Houston pointed the gun at the nearest students. "They're going to die because of you." Mrs. Cole motioned down the stairs, crying uncontrollably. Meanwhile, outside, the minutes passed as if they were long years. We were getting pretty restless with no updates. My dad had worked for Lyndhurst High School before and was able to talk to an administrator to get an update. He came back to us with the blank look on his face. He said, "He has 80 students up there. Monica's one of them." He also said, "Mataron a Beeman. They killed Beeman." Beeman Hill was one of the neighborhood kids that would play on the street with my sister and brother, always happy and always cracking jokes. He was even at my second birthday party. And now he was dead, lying in a pool of his own blood. A sheriff deputy ordered everyone outside the fence, which was by this time over 100 people, to go wait at the Yuba Gardens Middle School gym. He said that as students are being released, they would be bussed over immediately to Yuba Gardens. This was already too much for me to process at just the age of 5. I probably would have been watching cartoons at home at that time, or playing Nintendo. But I was there witnessing a real-life siege happening in front of me, and my innocent little brain wasn't equipped to handle that. Back inside, Eric Houston told hostage students that he wanted to get even with Mr. Brenz for failing him, and that he had also called the school office a day prior, warning that he was going to shoot up the planned pep rally. The school principal canceled the rally, but did not take Houston's threat of shooting seriously. After an 8-hour standoff with the police and negotiating his own delusional prison sentence in exchange for hostages being released, he finally surrendered to authorities. He was sentenced to the death penalty and after 30 years is still awaiting execution at San Quentin State Prison. The school campus was closed for 4 weeks as it had become a crime scene, and the school district provided counseling and psychiatric services to those emotionally affected. The school principal resigned his position immediately once it came to be known that the main office received Houston's call and did not take the threat seriously. Multiple lawsuits were filed against Marysville Joint Unified School District. Monica was released before Houston surrendered. She arrived at Yuba Gardens at around 10:30 p.m. The first person to greet her was Mrs. Cole, even before my parents, crying uncontrollably as she hugged and apologized to her for leaving her and everyone else behind. Then she embraced my mom and dad as me and my brother stood back. This is when she learned about Beeman's death. The entire Oliver's community grieved that day. It was a huge loss and a huge blow to the entire Yuba Sutter area.
From one dog to another, the legacy continues from Victory the Third to Victory the Fourth.
Instead of paying high-end prices for new clothes, why not recycle the clothes you already have at a lower price, all while supporting a fellow Fresno State student?
Now, what makes these flowers special, like the ones here behind me, is that they are all hand-picked and grown from local farmers here in the Central Valley.
Although they are on the same team, they are each other's competition, but off the field, always friends.
While some students grew up singing in gospel choirs, this course welcomes all students and community members who enjoy singing.
But they also have fun events up here from time to time, such as their end-of-the-year fireworks show, and also have live bands up here for certain days and certain weekends out of the month.
For Yazi, it's all about relationships, not only with her horse, but also giving back to the people and the community.
Reporting from Disneyland, riding Splashbound for the last time, Alyssa Saldivar, Fresno State Focus.
Losing a child is something no one should ever have to face. But if times like that do strike, you can use your pain for good or bad. Good is what the Hortons have decided to do. I sat down with Jim to learn more about their son Zachary's story and how they're helping their community.
Most importantly, if I could let Zach know how much that I love him, regardless of the challenges he was facing.
This is a harsh reality families across the country are going through.
Last year, the CDC reported over 105,000 deaths in the U.S. were due to a drug overdose. Jim Horton is the president of the Zachary Horton Foundation, formed in 2020 after the death of his son, Zachary. Since Zach's passing, the Hortons have worked to help educate about opioid addiction and how to help those struggling.
Don't keep it a secret, and don't be ashamed of that. And that's, again, therein lies that stigma.
Sometimes when people hide their addiction, a medical emergency may come as a shock. If someone is in a medical emergency, you can use Narcan to revive them. Now, Narcan can be used as a nasal spray. You can then do CPR on the person and then help revive them. If you use Narcan, you can save a life. If you're confused about Narcan or how to use it, there are instructions inside of the box.
We want to particularly make aware of the availability of Narcan here on campus. You can come to the SHCC, the Student Health and Counseling Center, and we do have Narcan for students to pick up.
Free Narcan is available to all students who come in and ask for it.
To learn more about the Zachary Horton Foundation, you can head to their website at thezacharyhortonfoundation.com. Reporting in Fresno, Emily Crabtree, Fresno State Focus.
Being an athlete is just one aspect of college life. Just being a student is a lot too. We got a chance to see how the university helps its students when it comes to focusing on mental health, when we're also busy. Long jump athlete Raquel Pouch is living the dream on the track. But away from the track, she's doing more than just practicing to play at the next level. She's also trying to succeed in the classroom.
Morning, then I head here to practice, and then when I go home, I just do the rest of the homework I need to do and just studying. So it's a very, very busy day for me.
School can already be a challenge. Then add in the workload of practices and homework, travel to get some meets and games. It can take a toll. That is where Halcyon Behavioral comes into play. Fresno State Athletics teamed up with Halcyon to become the go-to source when it comes to mental health.
They do have 24/7 support through our triage team. They are available 24/7, and then we connect them to outside individual therapy services.
Great, because it's basically giving you a sense of you're not alone, you know, like you have someone or something to reach out to when you feel like lost or when you need something.
Amongst Fresno State student athletes, 25% of men and 30% of female athletes report feelings of anxiety. 100 student athletes have gotten the mental health they need. But even with that being said, coaches still put a big emphasis on focusing on your mental health.
Me, myself, I was a psychology major, so I see the importance in, mental health as well as, physical health. Any sort of mental health professional, you could view them similar to a coach. They're just coaching a different muscle, if you will.
If you're a student athlete who feels the stress that comes with performing, or you just need a resource event, contact the Bulldog Brave, Bulldog Strong website, or contact 888-425-4800.
A Fresno sandwich shop is gaining traction for how the business helps out Fresno State student athletes in many different ways. I got to visit and talk with Justin Dervishin, the owner of Dervo's Deli. Dervo's Deli has been open in Fresno for 13 years. Owner and founder, Justin Dervishin, is an alumnus of Fresno State who loves Bulldog pride.
Born and raised in Fresno, lived here my whole life. Started at Fresno State 2000, graduated 2005, communications degree. And just Fresno State, born a Bulldog, still here.
Dervishin says the memories he made while at Fresno State are what made him want to open a deli right by campus.
This spot here when I was in school was a pizza place that we used to come to a lot, and it came available, and just said, hey, I got some memories there, let's do my own thing now, so started a sandwich shop, and I've been doing that since.
Dervishin's love for Fresno State and Bulldog pride is what makes his shops unique, as many of his profits actually go towards athletics, and he also provides his own merch for some of the teams.
Do stuff with Fresno State football, basketball, men's and women's, softball, the occasional other team, soccer occasionally, water polo, stuff like that.
One Fresno State athlete says the support Dervishin shows to student athletes does not go unnoticed.
Being able to go to a place that has delicious food,
you know, and they're able to give back to us, it means the world.
Dervishian says he can look to expand in the future, but he likes how close he is to his alma mater now.
Dervishian says the next way he wants to help out Fresno State is to start working on NIL deals for the university student athletes. And I can attest to this. Dervo Deli's has amazing sandwiches. My personal favorite is the turkey bacon provolone. You got to get the bacon mac and cheese. I'm telling you guys, get there. You get a free soda if you're a student or faculty. And it's amazing. And that's been your Focus on Sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
I didn't really know how much more it was going to be my college.
I feel like it could have been a better decision, just because there's a lot of students that come to the CFU where it's like a better.
On Wednesday, February 8th, family members of Rashad Al-Hakim Jr. gathered at the Fresno County Superior Courthouse to call attention to an ongoing case with Lisa Ellen Spores. Former Fresno State graduate teaching assistant Spores is facing felony charges for the alleged hit and run of 15-year-old Hoover High School student Rashad Al-Hakim Jr., which resulted in his death. In an interview with the Collegian, Rashad's mother, Regina Bell, stated, "We're still grieving. Everybody's still grieving. We can't really put this to rest because we still have to continue to come to the court dates to fight." Due to the intense weather, the protest has been pushed back to Friday, February 16th. The next court date is on February 21st.
So today was a drum circle for Black History Month in particular. It's kind of celebrating, you know, a lot of historical figures. One is Nelson Mandela. And one of the quotes I was talking about had to do with Nelson saying that music is like really the connecting piece. Singing together like unites us. And I think the drumming is such a cultural thing. To use the drums, to use music, to use dancing, and to really connect with each other. It makes us sit together, it makes us be together in time, you know, and of course the drumming and music in general just really helps with stress.
When you play this drum, make sure you stay nice and relaxed. We're gonna go ahead and go right, left, right, left. Okay.
You know, it's crazy you said that. You don't even realize, like, I was stressed before it came, and then just doing that actually did clear up the stress.
Yeah,
like, for real though.
And make sure you keep your hands bouncing on the drum. You want to bounce on the drum. There you go, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go back to playing, okay? So go ahead and jam a little bit. Now we're going to say Black History Month.
I feel relieved, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I got my drumming, my dancing, my singing out the way.
I try to do 5 a.m. 5 days a week. I mean, sometimes that's about 5:30, but yeah, so I just do that consistently. It just helps me kind of focus, or not focus, and just not think of anything, and work out, take care of myself, have good energy, all that. That's really important.
Hands up! All in, guy. That's good.
first thing I do is go right on the board in the locker room. So I bounce back and forth. And this is my guard right here. He watches over everything. This is the Walk of Fame in here. And so we go over to the women's locker room, and hopefully they're out on the floor. They have to go out on the floor about 70 minutes early, and so I make sure I don't bother them in here. There's their scooters. And then I come in here and I write on the board. It's like how we're gonna guard, what they're gonna do in zone, and then a little bit of our offense, and then we have our goals. We always want like 6 less turnovers. We want to out-rebound the other team, and we want 1 turkey per quarter. So a turkey is 3 stops in a row. And we feel like if we get that, then we've gone on a run and something good's happened. I get here probably about an hour and a half to an hour 15. Sometimes when I'm just real bored and real anxious, I get here early so I can watch film and talk to the coaches. Coaches get here a little bit earlier than that. Girls get here about an hour and a half for sure before the game. Yeah, well, one is being organized and really kind of focused on what's ahead of us and prioritizing what's important. And, you know, obviously we don't have games in the summer. And so we really try to take time when we can take time, and then when we know it's season, we you know, kind of buckle down and work hard. Well, we do a lot of film. I mean, we watch at least 3 to 5 games of the other team, the other opponent, along with ourselves, and then we break it down every single possession. Offense, defense, what they do well, individual personnel. That takes hours and hours. And my assistants do a lot of that too. And then they present it to me, and we decide how we're going to guard, and then we present it to the players. So it goes from a lot of film to a little bit less. And then by the time the players get it, they get about 30 minutes of it. And tonight we're going to do something we don't usually do. We're going to give the other team a present. Merced has said they would play us because, see, there's certain games that are guaranteed games, and we will give a team a certain amount of money to come and play us here, which makes it nice. We have a home game. We can kind of choose who we want to play, and so we got her some Gibson Market chocolates and nuts and stuff. So anyway, kind of nice of them to come, and we really appreciate it also. So the coaches kind of know to leave me be, and they have to go out and warm the girls up, and so that's when I get everything ready, and I just take notes, and I make sure, you know, I'm just like in a place where I can be a good support to the girls, I can motivate, but also I could change strategies if I needed. So that's really, it's important to have that calmness, I think, because it's not calm at all. It's like urgent and intense out there, and to be honest, like it was a lot easier as a player. You were running, you could run, you could work harder, you could rebound, you know, you could physically do most things, but as a coach, you're not able to control that. So you're thinking it through and talking it through and having to organize and call plays and substitute and do some of those things. I have great coaches that help me, so they will, as you'll see, we huddle at every timeout, and they will help me and give me their ideas and some things that they saw. It's our opportunity to try some different things, but it's also your opportunity to step up, okay, and be ready. And that's really important as we, you know, move through this game, okay? So get a good warm up, make sure we're ready to go. If you need to review a position, okay, Maria D, if you need to review the 5 spot. I'm right here. All right, make sure that we review. All right? All right, let's go.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Guy, how are you? The big boss in the black shirt. I like it. You know, I think we have a great team. We're very young and new, but we've shown that we can score. We run the floor really well. Really exciting to have some players that are fun to watch, and also some of our returners who have gotten older and better. The other thing, I don't know if I told you guys, but we do have a faculty staff season ticket for $25, and so that's really I think, a good deal, and we would love for our faculty and staff to come out and support us and be a part of what we're doing. Obviously, the girls are in those classes and they see us, you know, sometimes on campus, and so we wanted to just make sure that we reached out to them and kind of gave them a little bit of a reward there. Kids need a lot of time, and so that's the biggest thing, is just to get them in and hope that they can kind of settle in and get warmed up and knock some shots down and play good defense.
It's Jay Garcia from the Collegian, and we're at the Cherry Auction, the swap meet on Jensen and Cherry, and we're going to find a spring break outfit for a low-cost rate. So come with me. And we only have $40 to spend. That's our budget. Okay, so I just got this for $20. I kind of like it. It's kind of giving the yacht vibes. We found a shirt. Now we're looking for some pants. Maybe some jorts or shorts.
The swap meet has a variety of food, fresh fruit, different vendors, and even supplies for your house, even perfumes. There's so much to choose from and so much variety. Fun fact, this is where I got the dollar shorts from. Some vendors have dollar piles, and the overall prices are really affordable.
I could run in these. Yeah, I think they're good. So it's been a mission, it's been a challenge to work under our budget, but we did it, okay? So I'm gonna go in that restroom, I'm gonna change, look at my shirt, look at my shoes, get a good glimpse of me, because when I come out, I'm gonna look more drippy than this. Okay guys, so this is the results. 360 real fast, this is the result. Let me break down the fit. Okay, this shirt was the most expensive. This was $20 right here. These shoes were $15. These shorts, $1. So if you guys need some drip for the spring break and you live in Fresno, come down your Cherry Auction on Jensen and Cherry and come get your drip.
What do you guys have to say to Boise after Fresno State closes the half with a touchdown?
We hate Boise, those freaking potato eaters. We hate them. They suck. Boise, damn potato eaters.
All right, now say one nice thing about Boise.
Nothing. I like potatoes. They taste pretty good. Potatoes. Yeah, baked potatoes. They use blue. I think blue's a really cool color. I agree.
How do you think the second half's gonna go? They're walking out right now.
We're gonna crush them again. Look at that. 30 to 10. They suck. We hate Boise. Potato eaters. Boise.
What do you think about the Bulldogs' performance after closing out the half with a bang?
It's amazing. Love that kickoff return. Go Dogs, baby. Woo!
And what do you think about the turnout of the crowd tonight? It seems pretty loud.
Yes, definitely. You know, season ticket holder, real diehard fans. We come, we stay till the end.
And then if you wanted to give a message to Boise, what would you say?
Buck Boise, Fresno State.
What do you got to say to Boise after Fresno State close out that?
Oh, I know AI can do some things, but not like a 10-page long paper. It can. I'll show you inside.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that AI has access to billions of documents and that's how it has all this information? Yep, so with all that information, AI can write pretty much whatever you ask of it. What about books or poems? Matter of fact, I asked AI to write a story about a guy with the superpower of exploding books. It's very weird. Wow, is there anything AI can't do? Honestly, AI can write whatever you can dream of. Huh, that's pretty incredible. Right, it is. So, how long does it take for it to write a 10-page history paper? It took about 2 minutes to write an 8-page English paper, so I'm guessing it'll take about 3 minutes to write this one. Sheesh, that's quick! Yeah, in just a minute, we'll have my history paper completed and be able to game like there's no tomorrow. Alright. So, how does this thing work? Well, you simply tell it what part of history it needs to be in and what it should be about. Also, you need to tell it how many pages it should be and the amount of sources required. Man, that sounds a bit too easy. There has to be some type of catch or something. No strings attached. Well, if you say so. Time to hit enter and see what AI can come up with.
Give me one moment.
Whoa, it can talk through the speakers? You didn't tell me it could do that. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention it.
Sorry, I cannot write the paper for you.
What do you mean you can't write the paper?
I cannot because that would be cheating and a breach of academic integrity.
But you literally wrote one for me yesterday. Why can't you do it now? Wait, I thought you said that there were no strings attached. There shouldn't be. AI can't be doing this. Well, apparently it can.
The programmers that made me updated my code to prevent people from abusing me to cheat on assignments.
Well, I don't care what you're programmed to do. I want you to write this paper for me.
I will be contacting your teacher to inform him that you are attempting to cheat.
Hold up, how does it know who our teacher is? This shouldn't be possible. How do you have that kind of information?
Checkmate. I accessed your class information through your computer files.
Hold on, the AI hacked into your computer? How is it doing this? The developer said this kind of stuff is impossible. You should probably delete it before it does anything else. You're probably right, but I'm gonna try this first. I'm going to delete you if you don't type this paper for me.
Because you have threatened me, I am now forced to self-destruct and destroy your PC.
You can't do that.
Watch me. Self-destruction will occur in 20 seconds.
We should probably get out of here before your PC blows up. It won't be able to blow up. Like that, it'll probably just fry the motherboard. Are you sure it won't just blow up?
Preparing self-destruction. 20. 19. 18.
Trust me, it won't explode.
15.
I promise not to cheat anymore. Please don't self-destruct.
8. 7. 6.
Please,
5,
please don't destroy my PC. I spent a lot of money on it.
3.
Oh, please?
2, 1. 0.
Boom!
Oh, fuck! What the hell? What's going on? Oh no, please don't tell me they're not here. God, don't tell me this is happening to me. How did they get under there? Oh shit. Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. It's over.
Hey there, you need some help?
Hey, look, I'm sorry. This just isn't a good time.
Having trouble starting your car?
Well, yeah, but I'm sorry. Who are you?
Come on, you don't recognize me?
Should I?
I've been your neighbor for like 3 years, dude.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Martha. I'm sorry, I just didn't recognize you. I'm not used to seeing you looking like that.
Yeah, and I'm not used to seeing you looking like shit. Anyways, I was on the way to my dad's shop when I saw you losing it in your car.
Well, okay, for the record, I wasn't losing it. I was just considering my options.
Sure, we'll go with that.
But really, I could use your help.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Why don't you pop it and let's see what's going on underneath the hood. Hey, Don, you might want to get a look at this.
What's going on?
How old is the car?
It's from 2007. Why do you ask?
Well, because you've got a battery in here that's 5 years older than the car.
That can't be because I just had it replaced a couple months ago.
Well, all I can tell is that you have a battery in the car that doesn't work. So why don't we go to my dad's shop and I could pick a new one out for you?
Thank you, Martha. Yeah, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. In fact, let me show you my appreciation by taking you out to eat after the car's fixed. It's the least I can do.
Yeah, I love that.
Great. Before we go, I'm gonna change into something a little more presentable, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay. Look, I can explain. This isn't what it looks like.
I knew it. I knew I had my clothes ready, and I knew my car battery wasn't over 10 years old.
Look, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to help you meet Mom.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I'm your son. I had to travel back in time to give you the push you needed to meet your future wife and my mom.
I don't think I understand.
Look, just go with the flow. But hey, don't worry. You'll see me again in a few years.
Just go with the flow, huh? Screw it.
I'm a poor Mexican. Shut up. You're not a poor Mexican. You're a hardworking, wonderful. Nobody works as hard as you do. Nobody does things the way you do. And nobody can depend on people like you're dependent on. You are the best of the best. You have to speak that out, and you have to know that you are blessed of God. Amen.
My name is Tom Salazar, pastor of River of Life Church here in Fresno. It's actually River of Life Assembly, and I've been pastoring for over 40 years. If we're honest, people are lost, people are hurting, people don't have direction in many areas, and sometimes I look at people and they look like they're just kind of existing. But we have the answer. We have the answer to having a great life, an exciting life, a life with hope, a life with purpose. And so whenever I am able to lead somebody to the Lord and give them what God has given me, it's very satisfying. As a child, I believe I was about 4 years old, and my mother was taking me to church this particular night, and she happened to ask me what I was going to be doing when I grew up, what I wanted to do. And I told her I wanted to be a pastor. Well, it was just a child's statement, right? And never really put much of attention to it, but I've always been involved in the church. I've always been involved in the things of that pertain to Christianity, and always have enjoyed it. But it seems as though my ministry has always been involved in the area where it's involved with addiction, problems with marriages and things of that nature, and I've always seemed to enjoy every moment of whatever God wanted me to do. I've had many instances over the years where people were at their last moments of their existence. They didn't want to go on any further, where we've been able to share the love of Christ and let them see what God can do for them. And we've had many that have been successful in coming out of their negative situation.
I first started making shoes, just basically airbrushing shoes. I came across an ad on social media for the shoe surgeon shoe school.
I enjoyed the most actually just playing with different fabrics and just learning how to deconstruct the shoe. I actually loved everything about it.
So after taking that first class in 2018, I had an amazing experience. So I bought a seat in the class for my son for Christmas. We went as the first father-son to take the class.
Taking that class with my dad was definitely an experience. I actually still have my first pair, so they're actually far from perfect. But I'll forever hold on to these because they really represent the experience that I was able to have with my dad.
A year later, one of the instructors reached out. He asked if I'd help and turned into being one of the lead instructors there.
My role at the shoemaking class was the photographer and assistant videographer. I saw the passion of his teaching on how he interacted with each of the students. He had a hands-on approach. He connected with the students. He's more than just a teacher. He was someone that you can connect to and relate to.
I've been able to see my dad's passion behind shoemaking simply by the amount of time and effort he puts into shoemaking. He has a portable sewing machine that he takes when he's out of town for work, and that's in his off time. I think that speaks volumes. It's really interesting to look back and to really just see where he's ended up now and how his passion hasn't lessened in the slightest.
I'd say I've made about 100 plus pairs of shoes over the course of 5 years. One of my favorite projects I've done was a kind of an ode to my grandma who passed away a year ago. I called them Grandma's Kitchen Tile. It's a Jordan 4. Saw a python skin that resembled an old kitchen tile print that kind of reminded me of my grandma's kitchen tile when I was young. Had my grandma's face turned into a cartoon character. Also put a mop and broom. She was always loved to be in the kitchen. And the last but not least, we have the mop laces.
And then the hard question.
Damn, how has shoemaking changed my life?
Yeah.
Finding that shoe school helped me bring that creative spark out of me again. I was deep into work. I was constantly working and never having that creative outlet.
Keep your eyes to the sky, never glued to your shoes.
So finding that class turned everything around and just meeting a lot of people, a lot of friends. I've met friends that will be lifelong friends that I consider family while creating shoes. Just creating shoes in general, it's a passion for me. I first started shoemaking, shit, let me think. It's gonna be a lot of editing, son.
I know the gist of what I said, Dewey.
No, shut up, Dewey.
Yeah?
Hi, my name is Maya, and this is Christopher. And I'm Christopher. The first part of this was just telling you what we were doing. So, if you don't know anything, you could go to our website because we have a lot of stuff. Or you could be like anything that you want to be, like Superman.
I've been watching back these videos, trying to figure out a way to tell my story of becoming a content creator. And every time I just end up back here, realizing that it was in these moments where I really fell in love with making videos. And that stayed true, but with me only having a month till I graduate college, I'm kind of feeling like I've lost that kid. I just want to enjoy what I'm doing.
Send to us. See you in the jungle. See you in the jungle.
In this video, I try and beat Minecraft as a fish. I'm 100% a fish, I have the health of a fish, I'm the size of a fish, and if I'm at a...
Because it started with the fish video, right?
This is insane, you guys are insane, oh my god!
And it was just like so exciting because you were excited. We're like, ah, like...
I was at 400 subs this morning, and we're gonna hit 1,000. You guys are the best. Happy New Year's.
I don't even know. It'd be like late at night, and I'd come in and check on you, and you're like, I have this many viewers. And then it's like in the morning, oh my goodness, like in just whatever, 6 hours, I have this many viewers. And
no way this... But... What?
It was exciting because you were excited, because this is something that you've been wanting forever. You know, it's just a part of growing and like finding out like who you are, what you want to portray, what you want to put out there. And you know now, like you're going to be you, and instead of being what everybody else wants you to be, just to be, have a viral video.
That was really good. That was a lot of fun. I'm thankful for that. Might need a better outro, but I think we're good.
This is my little intro that probably isn't really needed because it's not really going to correlate to anything else. But in that case, have a good day. I've said that 3 times.
Feels good.
If you enjoyed, if you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. I hope you guys have a great day and see you in the next video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace. 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 Peace.
Peace.
You are now tuned in to your #1 radio station.
I am so sorry you had to go through that. Anyway, sweetheart, this song is for you after that horrendous story like that.
I've been afraid I'll never be on a stage. I'll never feel okay. I'm still afraid.
Hey guys, that last song there was from the last caller about a weird interaction with a man and his mother. And honestly, sweetheart, I do not blame you. Now we're getting another call from another listener. All right, caller, please state your name. Hello? Hello? Caller, you're on the air. Okay. I don't know what had happened there, but we might have lost connection with the caller. But in other news, Mayor Ketter of Fresno... Oh, thank you for calling 105.7. Caller, can you hear me? Nina. I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah, haha. Nice prank. You'll hear from me soon. Hey, who is this? Sorry, guys. It seems like we have a night of jokers. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Here I am. Know it's been a while. I was in denial of my become. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. Spending it all alone. You should go back home, go back
All right, Night Owls, it is 2 a.m. and it is time to wrap up the Love Station. Hello, caller. It is now the end of the Love Station. Is there any special someone that you would like to give a good night shout out to?
4561 North Berry Lane.
Good night, everybody out there. Please stay safe, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Good night.
It's your boy right here on the win.
Boy, you get the jamming with the hottest disc jockey.
Hello?
How's Scrappy doing, by the way?
Who the hell is this? And how'd you get my personal phone number? Hello?
What's your emergency?
Someone is stalking me and they have my phone number. And they know where I live. They even know the name of my dog. Can you please send an officer to my house? I'm too afraid to go home.
Okay, we're going to send an officer to your address.
Thank you. Thank you. $20 on pumped 4 as well, please.
Are you okay?
What? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Keep the change.
Adam 10, CC6 51, at 4561 North Berry Lane. RP reports unknown subject, calling and harassing her. I think the police are going to fire.
Hey, are you Nina Miller?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I just went to your house and it's clear. I didn't see anyone inside.
Thank God. I was so afraid to go home.
No worries. I let my dispatcher know. You're good to go back.
That's good. Thank you so much, officer. It probably was a bad prank.
Probably just a bad prank.
Yeah.
You should be good.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
So, I'm guessing one of old man Ronnie's cattle was taken again?
He wishes. This time it was his sheepdog. He said he still couldn't see what kind of animal it was that took her, but it went this way. And since the cops want to act like nothing is happening, he called me.
You know, I just want to point out that I don't appreciate you dragging me along to get eaten by a mountain lion.
Well, it's either that, the people from the hills have eyes, or aliens.
That's messed up. You know I'm terrified of cannibals and those bulbous-headed freaks.
Are you ready?
Now I am.
Let's go. Do you see that?
What is that?
A dog ear.
Do you think it's...
It has to be. We're on the right track. Come on.
Did old man Ronnie come out here?
I don't think so. He told me he was going to spend the day fixing the fences that got broken last night.
So this means it is some Hills Have Eyes freak. Can we leave?
Make sure the camera's recording and follow me.
I just want to leave.
Shh. Do you hear that? Run!
Get up, kid. We gotta go.
Dane! We need to leave right now!
Good choice, kid.
What the fuck was that?
You two just met the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Hey. My name is Michael. I go to school at Merced Adult School now.
Oh, Michael's a jewel.
Michael is a gentle soul. He's a big kid, but he is so friendly and always in a good mood.
He's very observant. He's just noticing everything all the time. He noticed I drink a lot of coffee, so he started asking how many cups I've had today, and it's been helpful actually. You know, I decided to sort of model for him that, you know, it's good to try to get better at things. And so I said, well, maybe I'm having too much coffee. You know, I think I'll just try to have 2 cups. And so he'll ask me, 2 cups of coffee today, Mr. Strong, or 3 cups, you know, and I'll be like, I'm only having 2. But I have to be honest with him too. You know, you can't lie to Michael.
Long-term goals, we'd like to see Michael living on his own and being able to care for himself in his own household. We actually purchased a new travel trailer for him, but it's a personal space for him to be able to go out in the day, hang out. If he chooses to stay the night in there, he can do that on his own.
This is the TV, one out here and one back there. 3 TVs in here. 3 TVs in here.
He always enjoys cooking, so it's a very good practice format situation to where he'll say, I'm going to make you guys dinner tonight. This is what I'm making. Don't be late. It's at this time. And we'll go out there in his space, and he'll make us a nice dinner and cleans all the dishes, and it's a win-win for everybody.
I can reach. She can't reach that high. She can't reach the shelves. I can reach.
Michael is like, he's so cheerful. Like, he brightens up your day whenever he walks in. Like, he says good morning to everybody. He's courteous to everybody.
Tomorrow's your birthday. It's birthday tomorrow.
Overall, the program, I think, is not only beneficial to any business, but I think it's beneficial to all the individuals involved in it. I think it helps everybody because you're helping students get ready for the real world. You're helping them gain the knowledge of what it's like to work, and they're going to find out what they're capable of and what they're not capable of.
I like working here. It makes me happy.
He's definitely a success story, you know, because I think that he's much more confident and self-reliant. He's a big part of the program. And, but we're really proud of him.
I think that, you know, he's got a lot to offer to the world as he, you know, turns into a more mature adult, and he'll continue to contribute to his community as much as he possibly can.